this is Eddie and welcome back to Trove. Today we have a patch, but a couple things before we get into the patch. First thing is, I apologize for the video of the patch coming a day late. I have been completely tied up with a very difficult project here at school. Those of you who are maybe newer to the channel and don't know me quite as well, I guess it might be important for you to know that I am still in college, and so occupied for with schoolwork every now and then. Things get a little busy, so I apologize for that. Now, the next thing I have to say before we get into the patch is that we are going to talk about the club world, because as I said, the next video was when I was going to be ready to start accepting you guys, and I am ready to start accepting you guys into the club. I feel I'm very excited to do that, and those of you who joined me on my Trove live stream past weekend and wanted to get in on the club already have as a bit of a beta test, and that's great, but we'll talk about that at the end of the video after our awesome patch notes. So first, let's talk about the obvious. The snow has been lifted. It is now officially spring. I don't know about you guys, but where I live, that's certainly not the case. It's actually snowing right now. But I love it. I mean, just back to the normal way. I didn't really like the snow all that much to complete. I mean, it fit the season, so that's nice, but it wasn't necessarily, you know, it reminded me so much of the snowiness I have going around outside me. This looks great. It's been a while. But you might notice some differences. The first thing being, well, the only thing really that I can think of being this. Look at that new UI. That's awesome. I think it's great. I think it matches Trove's style really well. One funny note about it, though, is that, I don't know if you guys can see this, but look how far away I can trigger it. The one in the center there, I can trigger from all the way over here. There's no way I'm going to be able to read that text. But you can, which is kind of funny. I'm still using the Gadget Cat, made by Gadget Cat, and gifted to me by Gadget Cat very generously. Gadget Cat, if you're out there, thanks again. It's really awesome. We're actually going to be the Shadow Hunter today, though. And we are going to do we're going to get my daily qubits while we talk about the patch. Alright, let me pull the patch notes up here. Okay. So, oh, you know what, though? Before we do that, let's all take a refresher on how to play the game. /tutorial takes you to a tutorial. That's right. Just kidding. There's a new tutorial and it adds some lore, so I'm very curious to read it. Oh, look, and it's in the sky biome, which is awesome. Get to the portal at the top of the tower. There's arrows here. They don't do anything. I find that a little confusing, but, you know, maybe they'll do something eventually. So here we are. And we have our barber shop. Are we getting some glim here? Is that what we're doing? Doesn't seem to be dropping any glim, but look, this is what the sky biome looks like for those of you who haven't seen it yet. Okay. Lore cube. This is all that remains of the temple of the sun goddess. Ooh, lore. I'm excited. I'm excited. Tired of walking? Proceed at any time to mount up and travel faster. Everyone starts with a mount these days, in case you're curious as to why it says that in the tutorial. It's not a very fast one, though. Her radiance once protected all realms, above and below. Tab to switch to adventure mode and build mode. In build mode, you can press mouse 1 to place blocks and to destroy it, and I assume you're supposed to build your way up there. Some blocks, like those making up this temple, cannot be destroyed. That's right. Is that a challenge? Oh, those actually can't be destroyed. Okay. The moon grew jealous of the sun. Ooh, typical cliche. I'm just kidding. I like it. It was no great surprise. It was no great surprise. See, even they know it. Your Esselin flask is a recharge or healing potion. That's right. Use it to cross to the other side. Oh. And then get a new flask at the station. And go ahead into here. Awesome looking props in this temple. A great shadow, long trapped, was now freed. At dawn, the battle began. By nightfall, it was lost. Oh, man. That's a quick battle. Her radiance knew nightfall would bring an end to everything, and so sacrificed herself and her realm. Oh, cool. And another barbershop in case you're already tired of the way you look. Now you must step forth to enter the Prime Realm. Join the battle and become a beacon of light. Even though we're playing as the Shadow Hunter, but that's a detail. There's probably lore explaining the shadow detail that I haven't read, which I probably should, and I would be interested to do so. Very nice. I like that tutorial better than all the other ones. You know, Trove is a fairly self-explanatory game. I don't think I was ever really unclear, other than things like what your flask does, and maybe like which, you know, maybe building is a good thing, but that's really all they covered, so that you know, I think it makes sense. Great tutorial. Good addition. That's a big one. Also, when I logged in today, I got a prompt to enter. Was it this one? Yes. So they're doing the tutorials like these again. Just you already saw this, and now there are arrows. Okay. So do a cornerstone. Red X means to complete a dungeon. Right. So you can reset the pop-ups to display again via the menu. So really, these things are going to continue to pop up until I do them all, I think. Which, I mean, luckily they don't pop up if you don't do them, so it's not like... Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's it. Obviously we don't need to be in this world. Okay, so there's new things in the gardening bench, supposedly. I looked for them. I didn't see them. But then again, I was never really familiar with the gardening bench beforehand. Chaos Forging can really up the quality of equipment if you get lucky. It's how you turn your equipment into the best in the game. That's good. That's new, and I don't know a lot about that, so I'm kind of glad that that's there. Hey, look, another Roboraptor. Nice Robo. Oh, here, let's / whisper turtles rule. Nice Roboraptor. Okay. So Glim was doubled before, and it's not anymore. Time between a player drinking a flask and being ready to perform another action has been greatly reduced. That was something that that was something that sorry, I shouldn't be having this conversation while I'm recording. Anyways, I was the first one I've ever seen, other than ones that I've given out or my own, so kind of cool. Anyways, some bug fixes and stuff like that. The flask thing wasn't a bug though. I don't think. I think it was just a tweak in terms of balance, which was something that I like. There was definitely some interesting instances where I would be low on health, take a flask, definitely some instances where I would take, the enemy would have a hard hit charged up. I would take a flask, get hit, go back down to almost dead, then have to drink another flask, and that's a long time to not be attacking. Which means that, you know, your boss could have spawned more minions or whatever it's doing. I don't know. Not like, it wasn't like overly game breaking. I still haven't managed to pull off this shoot through the walls thing. Let's see. Ooh, that worked. Oh, that was cool. I think I did just shoot through the ground right there. I might have to go watch that back in slow motion. Anyways, so that's nice. As mentioned, there's some bug fixes. Spring pinatas are in the store, chaos chests have been randomized again, and they include some early access to dance pads, sharpshooters, and blood knight. I've seen some dance pads around. I'm not sure what they do though. I'm a little unclear about that, to be honest. Let's just move along, make this quick. Yeah, I don't know what dance pads really do, to be honest with you. Oh goodness, oh, flasks. I'm just walking through the fire here. Not doing a great job. Here we go, here we go. Did that work? Did I get him? He made a sound. That may have worked. Very cool. So clubs now have a capacity of 60 members. Obviously we're talking about clubs again very shortly. But I would love to have 60 members in our club. I hope we get close to that. And I am willing to take on anybody and everybody. Again, I do have some questions for you guys, which we'll talk about at the very end of the video. Please do stick around if you plan on being part of the club, or if you have to go, just come back to it. Because this is one that I really would like everyone's feedback on, to make our club as successful and fun as possible. Okay, so the bow vault style surprises can be crafted at rune crafting level 200. I have not. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, not going great over here, guys. That was just wave 1. Now let's do the alt. Okay, running a little low on flasks here. What was I saying? Right, bow vault style. So I haven't done rune crafting yet. It's going to require that portal to the sky biome, which I'm now farther away from getting, because I did need to craft something with quite a few bottles earlier today. So we'll have to go get some more bottles now. Find a cornerstone for restocking our flasks. Okay, so the radiant ruins in that sky realm, are they visible from farther distance away? That's another one we didn't really see what it was like before the patch, so that's fine. Okay. The clouds should no longer overlap foreground visual effects. And the skybox should no longer be visible while swimming in deep water. Those are two things that I definitely have seen, but that I didn't even realize were a problem. And I think that that really speaks to the... I'm not sure if other people were complaining about them. You know, I don't necessarily stay involved in all locations of the Trove community. Like, I do read the Reddit somewhat, but I don't really read the forums unless it's patch notes. So maybe people were complaining about it, but I think that it does just speak to, you know, they could spend so much time doing things. I guess let's do this, yeah. Well, I don't know why I wouldn't. They could spend so much time focusing on things like adding new classes and all this other stuff. That would be really cool, and probably, you know, would make it so they'd probably get more players, because that's the stuff that people, you know, get excited about when you say we have, you know, like 11 classes or whatever, as opposed to however many they have now. But I think that they speak to their level of detail, that they want to make it look perfect, and I think it was really awesome that they you know, would find those little visual bugs that, quite frankly, I didn't mind. You know, I just thought it was fog's kind of weird, you know. So is water. They're kind of weird in all video games. I mean, think about how weird it looks like everywhere. But anyways, yeah, pretty happy about that. I'm glad. Looks like I got some friends here. Oh, that's right. I have to swap that out. We use that thing later. Oh, nice. Posh partition section. It's like velvet tape or whatever they call it. Tape, not tape. Velvet rope. I don't know why I said tape. And there's another one around here. Yeah, there it is. Let's go do that. Okay, so they changed some audio stuff, which was nice. They're mostly kind of... yeah, just some fixes. And like I said, they're undergoing UI changes. We've seen a little bit of that with the things in the hub world. I'm not sure if that's actually directly related to UI changes so much as just changing the way the things in the world look like. But they do state here in the patch notes that some of the loot boxes have a new UI. I don't know what a loot box is. I think it might be something you get in the store, like the vault boxes is what they're talking about, I think. I'm not sure. have a beta version of our new UI. Check it out. That's good. I do think the UI looks a little like Trove is such vibrant colors, and the UI is such not. So I don't think the UI looks bad. I think it looks pretty simple, and I think that's a good thing. But you know, when you look outside in the world, every biome has its own like palette, but the palette is pretty fancy. Doghouse palette is pretty wide, I would say. Right? Like you got your, well, maybe not. I don't know. This is a pretty bright blue, and that's a pretty bright green. And these buildings have the big red X's over them, and the yellow is very prominent, and the bright green's very prominent all throughout Trove. So this kind of pale blue on less pale blue is it could totally be better. And again, you never heard me complain about it before, right? But here I am saying it probably could be better, and they're taking the time to actually make it better. How about that? And then there's just community contributions. So that would be it for our patch notes today. So let's talk about the club world. And as a matter of fact, oh, I missed it. Oh, look, that's pretty high up there. I didn't even notice it was done. It was so high up there. Oh, and someone else did the other recipe. Oh, there's another one. Alright, we'll do this one last recipe, and then we're going to head to the club world, so I can show you the work that I've done, and we'll talk about how you guys can get in the club world. Oh, jeez. Let's use the alt. And boom! Oh, that didn't look very empowered to me. I think I screwed it up. Let's use the snare. I always mess that up. Or I always forget to use it. Cool. Get me the recipe. Oh, nice. Banner top. Nice. I want to get some of the sets of recipes. Know what I mean? Like banner and the banners and the beds and the benches, the ones that have like a left and right part or top, middle, bottom part. I think those are cool. I want to actually complete the sets of those. Alright, so let's head to the club world real quick. I need to change this actually to be my YouTube channel name. I'll do that later. So, first things first, I did take down the crown and the lava and everything off this guy and removed his face. I really do want to stick... Now, here I am mentioning Trove's bright colors, right? And in the same sentence, basically, I'm telling you that I would actually like a really bleak club world spawn. Really, really sort of... like what's the barren wasteland kind of deal, like disgusting thing. But I think in a sense that's, you know, I don't think that I'm necessarily, I mean, the Trove UI, the Trove, actually, you know, that's it. I'm having some thoughts right now, guys. Actually, maybe this is a bad idea. Well, we'll talk about that. We can talk about that later. I want to think about this more. Maybe I'm going about this. Maybe I'm having a real bad idea here. Well, what I wanted to do was kind of experiment with, you know, building in different styles than what you see traditionally on Trove. And by styles, I don't necessarily mean like different ways of making roofs and different ways of making houses and that kind of a thing. I mean, like different vibe, different feel, and a lot of builds are pretty clean, they're pretty bright, they're pretty pattern intensive, and nothing that looks kind of random. Now, I think that this is pretty rough, what we have right here. It's not as polished as I would like it, but when I say polished, I mean that I've gone through and really made it look the way I want it to look. So let me show you a couple of things that's going to bring us closer. We all know about the pipes. If you join us in the live stream, you'll see you would have been there when the two raptors were built. This was Monster Ants. This one was mine. I tried to make it block for block. rafter that I have here. Did an okay job of it. It's not quite block for block, but it couldn't exactly be block for block. Very recently I added this like Sarlacc pit kind of deal. We got like some big teeth here on the outside and then some spikes for teeth on the inside with a little hole down there. Supposed to be kind of creepy. Of course, this music's super cheerful. This is a partly buried Ice Sage monument. I just did the partly buried part right now. It's kind of growing on me. I spent a long time just placing this couple layers of dirt, try to make it look like it was buried in the sand. Let me know how you think I did. And I added some more pipes over here, but that's about it. I took down the colorful, I think it was time for us to take down the colorful, I can't say this word, colorful crown. I left the base for now, but I think I am going to swap that out for more, for just a solid gray color. Might keep the gold though, I kind of like that. Oh, and then one more thing that I did, which I'm going to do a lot more of, which is just grunt work, which I didn't want to do to take up my time, is just add like a ravine coming in from the ocean. Haven't really picked out how it's going to go, but just like, you know, a nice crack in the floor. Basically, I'll do a couple more of those all around this. Oh, you know what, but then if someone else puts another pallet here, it's going to kind of mess with it, isn't it? Well, we'll see, we'll see. But that's an idea. We could just put it, stick it into the middle of the ground. That's no problem. It doesn't need to be on an ocean. But the idea is that this is a desolate place falling apart, and that you... well, I don't want to give away my full plans yet. Because I do have plans. They're very exciting. Very, very exciting. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Okay, I've been waiting at this point. Okay, so let's, in order to do the last part of my plans, which, by the way, I don't need to finish my plans before you guys get on. I just wanted to, I don't know. I just wanted to secure a spawn, before I got on. But that was actually kind of a mistake, because I was under the wrong assumption as to how this all worked. So I'm going to put a terraformer here because I need another section of this kind of, I think, more space of this, and I want this zone to be connected to this zone. So we're going to put one here. But let's talk about how you guys get into the club. Now, I want, and like I said, anyone and everyone who wants to be part of this club to be a part of it. That is not a problem. All I would really ask is that you know me and the club, and the way you could be a subscriber or follower or whatever, or you could just know me from Trove. Let's take a look at our new zone here. It's kind of small. Ooh. I think I might need another one. I think I might need one right there. Oh, this could be, actually, you know what? Nope. Nope. This is a bridge opportunity. This is an awesome bridge opportunity. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, that will work well. Very happy with that. Okay, but let me explain to you guys, if you don't know, so I actually need bottles, so now that I've shown you this, I'm going to go back to the hub world, and I'm going to go do some adventuring and get some bottles and finish my qubits and that kind of thing. There are 3 ranks to a club, or actually there's 4. Well, technically 5 ranks to a club, okay? You have your owner, that would be me. Owner can do whatever they want. They have permission to do everything. You have your officers. Officers can add and remove people from the club, and they can build. I don't know if they can add new zones or not. I also would kind of prefer, in the beginning here, not to have any officers. Eventually, as the club grows, it will obviously become necessary, but I don't know if they're going to be needed off the bat, and I'm not going to add any before I determine. I'm only going to add officers once there's an obvious need for officers, because I don't know how many I should have or that kind of thing. I'll have to feel that out as we go. Then you have club members. Then you have club architects. Club architects can build, but they don't have the ability to add and remove people from the club. Then you have club members, which are part of the club, but they can't build. I don't understand that, why you would be part of the club and not able to build. So, by default, people are members, and I would have to promote you, which is totally fine, but I want some zones to be officer only, and I would like to be the only officer, so that they would be me only, and those would be the ones that would be related to my Let's Plays, and on Twitch or here on YouTube. But I want everyone else to have the ability to build, but that's not the default, that's not the norm, so I want to hear you guys' thoughts on whether or not you think that's a good thing. Do you think that we would get covered with griefers? Do you think that your buildings would be teared down when you're gone? Would the whole world just be bombed to all get out if anyone who asks to be part of the club gets to be a part of the club and gets to be an architect? I don't know. I haven't ever done a Trove club before. I've never even been a part of one. So yeah, I mean, I want to see what you guys want to build, and I want to see, you guys collaborate on stuff or that kind of a thing. But if all your gardening stuff gets stolen, and that kind of a thing, it's gonna be a big bummer. So that was my main question for you guys today, is what do you want to do with the club? How should I manage the club? Now, that's a broad question, so here are the specific ones. Should everyone get the rank of architect? Is that alright? Has that gone well when you've done something similar? Or has it gone terrible when you've done something similar? Let's see, I had another one. That's the main one, though. Bottle. Yeah, because quite frankly, I don't see the come on now. There you go. I don't see the point of being in a club if you're not building with the guys in the club, with the guys and girls in the club. Right? Then you're just another visitor, except you have the name at the end. Now, I wish that I could have it automated that said, after being a member for X amount of time, you would become an architect. That sounds like the best idea, and I could see that if this was a lot bigger. Here's my gut reaction. Let me tell you what my best guess is right now. I think with the size that we're gonna be at the start, we could totally have everyone be an architect. And then if there's any problems, we'll kick the people who are the problems. People can report them to me, and I'll kick them. Or I'll demote them down to members. More likely, actually. Okay, that's great. Next, then when it grows so that we get closer to that 60 people, and it's not, things get a little bit more complicated, then people can be part of the events on our server as members, and interact with the chests and trade and use the portals, but not architects. And only the architects, the only people who will be architects are like long-lasting members who have been involved for a while. But my instinct is that for right now we can have everyone be an architect and have everyone be as involved as possible. But I've never done this before, and you guys might be hearing me say that and think, oh my god, that's going to be a disaster. And if that's the case, I want you to tell me about it. I want it to avoid being a disaster. I don't want people to... My mistake to cause people to rage quit and say, wow, this club is horribly run. Where's the officers on this one? Why did they let this happen? I'm leaving. That's the opposite of what I want. So... yeah, what are your thoughts? And that's going to be it for me today, everybody. Appreciate that. Hit that like button if you're pumped for the club. Oh, the very specifics. I'm going to leave a video with this week with the exact instructions. I'm ready now. I want to hear your feedback, but I'm ready. So there's going to be a very short video. It's not going to be a full episode with the instructions on how to join a club. I already have it worked out. Basically, you're just going to have to leave your username down below a certain video, and then you'll be in. So expect that in the next day or two, when I actually get around to just recording that video. So sorry for the couple days wait, but oh, I'm out of flasks. This is the end. This is the end. Ooh, throw down the thing. Oh god, I had like 12 health. There it is. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.